Welcome to a Vanguard news video without the bullshit. Let's get started. Long ago the 24 clans lived in dissonance, but everything changed when Giza attacked. Only the Messiah, master of the MacGuffin, managed to stop them. But when Cray needed him to clean up Giza's mess, he vanished. Years have passed, and clans became less xenophobic, and started to act as actual nations. Thus starts Vanguard Overdress or the D series. Insert dick joke here. Oh wait, actually don't insert anything. Everyone at United Sanctuary are now called Keta Sanctuary. They live in floating cities, which every JRPG has taught me to never buy real estate, unless you're insured from the city falling from the sky due to their power source being stolen. Dragon Empire is the only nation to retain its name, and has expanded their borders. That some conspiracy theorist will tell you that this mirrors China's agenda. Stargate has become Brandgate, which is ironic, since Brand was supposed to be the void. They have become the very thing they seek to destroy. Dark Zone has been unified by Chronojet, and has become Dark States, which everyone suffering from poverty will tell you that this is their country. Zoo and Magallanica have merged into one nation, except for Bermuda Triangle, which after 3,000 years are still a bunch of xenophobes. This new nation is called Stoichenia. Bushiroad must have viewed my video on why I hate Bermuda Triangles, and confirmed my statement that they don't belong in Cray's law. As a result, they have been exiled behind a giant whale that simped for them over 3,000 years. Their new nation is called Lyrical Monasterio. New cards from the D series will no longer have clans, but have their nation written instead, so they can support every deck builds instead of waiting an entire year just to get shitty support. Good luck passing through premium format immigration. Speaking of which, starting April 1st, 2021, the D series will replace V series as standard format. Meanwhile, the V series will have its own format called V Premium format, and P standard will be called Premium format, like everyone has been doing for the past 3 years. Expect nobody to play V Premium outside of players who only started during the V series. This can all be solved by Bushiroad simply reprinting sought after cards from the G series, and everyone would play Premium format happily. The V series having a standalone format is just an excuse as to not piss off players in card shops after investing on Clan Selection Plus. As for playing D series cards in Premium, you can use D series cards in clans that were previously part of that nation. Just like Zerath Dragons, expect some nation cards in the D series to become staple cards in Premium. Good news for budget players or players who planning to quit the game after Bushiroad made their V series decks tanked in price. The D series will no longer have VR rarity, while common and rare cards will have foiled versions, so your entire deck can be held like Pringles. Of course, Bushiroad will offset this by introducing a new rarity called Dress Secret Rare or DSR, which will only be one card in the set. Expect Bushiroad to break this promise once Lyrical Monasterio sets come out for the D series. A new set rotation means new game mechanics. For the D series, there will be a new deck zone called Ride Deck. This mechanic is exclusive only for the D series, and cannot be used in V Standard or Premium. You take 4 cards from your main deck before the start of the game, and each ride phase you can discard 1 card to ride 1 card from your ride deck. You can finally live your Morikawa dreams of placing 30 grade 3 cards in your deck without having to worry about being grade stuck. The ride deck must have different sleeves from your main deck. It also counts towards extra copies in your main deck. Placing a ride deck card from a zone that's not public knowledge will result in it returning to the ride deck. And your ride deck must have 1 copy of a grade 0, 1, 2, and 3 cards. No details were given as to why a grade 0 card is needed to be placed in the ride deck. As for performing G-Assist, it is still possible, but there will be no point in doing so. TCGs can't be taken seriously as an esport, more so with Vanguard due to the trigger system. Get ready to dial that up to 11 due to the D series' new trigger called Overtrigger. You can only use 1 copy of this trigger in your deck. This trigger gives 100 million power to one of your unit. You won't receive a damage if you check this card as damage, and checking this card when you drive check will give additional effects according to your nation. Expect this card to be the winning trigger check or a pseudo clutch heal in the anime that will never be in their opening hand for some reason. Get ready for the community to be filled with even more yaoi fangirls. Vanguard Overdress characters are designed by Clamp, while the anime is produced by Kinema Citrus, the same studio behind Shield Hero and Made in Abyss. So you know the anime is in good, dark twisted hands. Our main protagonist, Yu, runs away after what seems to be some intense on-and sessions and gets dragged into an abandoned amusement park at night to watch a gang war, but with card games. So is getting Vanguard image now an analogy for taking drugs? Here are the cast for Overdress, which will probably be paid more than the animators working on the show. With such a high quality studio working on Vanguard Overdress, the series will now be a seasonal anime. The first 12 episodes will air starting on April 3rd, 2021. Episode 13 to 24 will air sometime on October 2021. Meaning the first season will end somewhere on June 2021, assuming no Saturday is skipped. Bushiroad has my praise for focusing on quality, rather than trying to pad out their 24-minute commercials with random magical girl spin-offs. There will be an early screening of the first episode on March 24th, 2021. Roselia will be doing the new opening, while Argonavis will be doing the ending, because all of the budget went towards the animation. So Bushiroad had to use in-house music labels once more. At least this time they have a better excuse. Vanguard Overdress gets 5 new start decks, so no nation feels left out. While Japan gets the Husbando start decks on March 25th, 2021, and the Waifu start decks on April 3rd, 2021. The English release of these start decks will all be on May 14th, 2021. This release date also shows us which character will be using what nation. Yu will be playing Dragon Empire, because every protagonist needs a dragon according to card game anime tradition. The Kai of the series, Danji, will be using Dark States, so the Spike brother in the nation could finally get some wins for once. The other supporting male Toya will be using Keta Sanctuary, because Paladins needs to be represented at all times. Megumi will be using Stoicheia, even though her hat and goggles scream Gear Chronicle. And Tomori will be using Brandgate. Why else would the Kraylaw trailer show a bunch of mini-skirt police? Each start deck will cost $4, but expect your local hobby shops to add a little bit to turn a profit, because 4 of your friends bought them online, while expecting your local hobby shops to still be open after Bermuda 19. Yu and Megumi fighter skins will be available for Vanguard Zero Japan starting on January 19th, 2021. Seeing as how Overdress is nation based, expect these skins to be used on the every clans of their respective nation. Time to dial the hype down for Overdress for a bit, because 3 Grand Blue cards were revealed for VSS09, which you probably won't bother anymore after seeing that Overdress is indeed a set rotation. Damien the Ghost T, when placed from hand, lets you send 1 Ghost T card from your deck to the drop zone. And after it attack, while you have a Ghost T Vanguard, you can retire this unit to countercharge 1 card, if you haven't done so using another card with the same name this turn. The look on its eyes knows he's only good for 2 more months, before everyone moves on to Overdress. Jessie the Ghost T lets you call itself from the drop zone by retiring to rear guards not named Jessie. This ability is a hard once per turn, and when it attacks while on rear guard, this unit gets 5k power, then this unit is retired to countercharge 1 card, if you haven't done so using another card with the same name this turn. All we need now is James the Ghost T, and we can have ourselves a Team Rocket Ghost T build. Beatrice when placed lets you pay 1 Soul Blast to call 1 card from the drop zone except for another Beatrice. All Ghost T cards on your rear guard and Guardian Circle get 5k power and shield. And when your rear guard is returned by an ability during your turn, you can pay 1 Counter Blast to call a Ghost T from the drop zone with grade less than that of the retired unit. Grand Blue players face their greatest challenge yet, declaring either Nitros or Beatrice as their waifu, sexy vampire lady or cute demon lolly. Bushiroad also revealed one of the Cray Elemental Overtrigger. Alberia when revealed during damage check, you remove this card, then give one of your unit 100 million power. And if it was revealed during your drive check, you give 1 unit 100 million power. I can't wait to see people's faces when they drive or damage check this card during the early stages of the game. Bushiroad has revealed the full art and names of the new boss units for each start deck. It's also worth mentioning that each start deck will have 4 copies of every card, so there is no reason not to buy 2 or 3 different decks to try out, because this is all according to Bushiroad's marketing plan to get you hooked. Here are you use cards that look like if Chrono Dran and Chrono Jet Armor digivolved using the Digi Egg of Courage. DBT01 releases on April 17th, 2021 for the Japanese game. In order to keep all the yaoi fangirls in overdress format, Bushiroad is once again having a collaboration booster with Touken Ranbu that releases on May 22nd, 2021. And the Monster Strike collaboration booster isn't forgotten and will release on July 24th, 2021. Both collaboration booster sets will have their own separate nations, meaning that you cannot use them with other nations, nor can you use them together in other collaboration nations. Finally, here is the official poster image for Vanguard over in Japan. Assuming it doesn't get cancelled due to Bermuda 19, I for one am excited to see some D-Series tournament results. And that concludes this Vanguard news video. Be sure to subscribe and let me know in the comments how Code Fight Vanguard has returned your faith in the franchise.